So boys and girls, today we are talking about friends and being a good friend. Remember what we said, how friendship is using your words or actions to show someone that you care. Today, for our art activity, we are going to make a friendship flower. But today also means you need to start cutting. We're going to do one of our first cutting activities. Now, I have a little poem. It goes like this. Open, shut them, open, shut them. That's the way we cut, cut, cut. Fingers on the bottom, thumb on the top. Do not let your paper drop. Open, shut them, open, shut them. That's the way we cut, cut, cut. Now this little poem is in your packet of information that I sent to you. And it has a little line there that you could practice cutting if you want. And also, boys and girls, in your packet, there was a sheet of paper that has these little lines and sunshines on them. See those? Mm-hmm. Well, this is how we're going to practice starting to cut. So when you pick up your scissors, you see our scissors on the table here? Your thumb, this is little thumbkin. Your thumb is going to go in that little hole there, in the little hole. Then I want you to take 2 or 3 or maybe even all 4 of your fingers if they fit, and they're going to go into the big circle. So thumb and fingers, and Mrs. Schultz, her hand is bigger than yours, so usually only 2 fingers fit in the little scissors for me. But remember in the poem it says open, shut them, open, shut them. What I like to say is your thumb and the scissors, pretend like the scissors is a train and your thumb is the engineer. He's the person who drives the train. Well, he has to see where he's going, right? So you want to keep your thumb pointed up so he'll be able to see where he's going. And on any of the lines that you cut, either on your dotted lines for your practice sheet or your flower petals that we're going to be cutting, those lines here, that's the train track. And so you're going to be practicing using your train, which is your scissors, to drive up the train track. So when you're practicing your cutting, you're going to take your scissors, and remember it starts with an open, so open up your scissors, which means you have to spread your fingers apart like this. Spread, spread, spread. That opens them up. And then when you close your fingers, that'll close your scissors. All right, so you're going to open your fingers, put your scissors, try and get them on that black line there. Now it says to close them, right? Open, shut, but then you have to open them again. But when you open them, remember the train has to go move up the train track, so you slide it up, and then we shut again, open, slide it up, and cut. Let's try it again. Open your scissors, shut your scissors, open your scissors, drive that train up the train track, and then shut, and you get to the sunshine. Try it again. Open, put it on the line, shut, open, drive it up the train track, shut. All right, see how we practice? Now, Mrs. Schultz has started some of our flowers, but I wanted us to do our flower petals. What ones do we have left? What color is that? You say it's pink? It is. It's a pink one. Now for this, again, you're going to take your scissors, put it on the train track, put your train on the train track. It's already open, so now we shut. Now drive it up the train track, open and shut, open, slide up the train track, shut, open. Now, can you tell I'm actually using my other hand and I'm turning the paper. That way I don't have to turn my hand really wonky to turn the paper. So as you do it, you're gonna open and shut. Now see, I'm at the top now. Now watch this hand. It's gonna take it and it's gonna turn the paper, and then you're gonna open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. You see how I'm moving the train up the train track? And then when you're done, remember this goes in the recycling bin. This part goes in recycle, and you have one petal down. Let's try another one. So what are we gonna do? Do we have to start with it shut or with it open? Right, with it open. So open, put it on the train track, and then we shut, open, slide, shut, open, slide it up there, shut, open, slide, shut, open. Now I'm at the top. Now what do I do? Do I turn my hand all wonky? Or do I take this hand and turn the paper? Turn the paper. Now if your scissors come out, that's okay. Just put your scissors back on the line. And remember, open and shut, slide it up, open, shut, slide it up, open, shut, okay? Open, slide, shut, open, slide, shut. Now boys and girls, Mr. Schultz has been cutting for a very long time. So I do a pretty good job of staying on the black line. But remember, if you're just learning to cut, it might not be on there. It's totally fine. I want you just to do the best that you can. This is just practicing time. So if you don't make a perfect flower petal, mine's not perfect either, it's okay. You make your flower petal, all right? Now once you have all your flower petals cut, Mrs. Schultz, I gave you a piece of paper, blue paper with a little yellow circle. That's gonna be the center of your flower. Do you know what a center of the flower is called? It's called a trumpet. Do, 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 do. Not that kind of trumpet though. It is, but it's called a trumpet of the flower. And I've started putting some of my flower petals on. Let's count how many I have on here already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what colors have I put on yet? What's this? Red, purple, green, and orange. That's right. So now we have to put our last 2 flower petals on. So remember how we use our glue stick? You're gonna take the lid off, boop, use those muscles. Remember, if you can't see the glue, you're gonna kind of turn it up a little bit so you can see a little bit of the glue. And then you're gonna rub your glue all over, your flower petal. And then you're gonna stick it around there, okay? Now put glue on your other one. Rub that glue on and stick your other flower petal on. Now let's count how many flower petals we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. Now, how does a flower stand up? A flower needs a flower stem. The stem makes them stand up nice and tall, right? So boys and girls, if you have a green crayon or a green marker, anything you have that is green, what you can do is you can then use your green marker or your green crayon and draw a line down here. See, now you have a flower stem, so he can stand up big and tall. Now what the goal is for this flower today is it's called a friendship flower. So what I want you to do with this flower is I want you to work with mommy or daddy or brother and sister. And we were talking about friendship and how friendship means what? Using your words and actions to show someone that you care. So I want you to think, what would make a good friend? How could you be a good friend, boys and girls? And I want you to write those thoughts, ideas that you have in your brain, and I want you to write them on your flower petal. So for example, how do you think you could be a good friend? Something I think I could do to be a good friend might be to share my toys. So on one of the flower petals, I might say, share my toys. Then I want you to think of other things, and I want you to write a thought on each one of your flower petals. So you're gonna have 6 ideas of what makes a good friend. And then when you're done writing all your ideas down on your flower petals, it's going to be your friendship flower. And I want you to hang it up someplace special that you can remind yourself when we come back to school and you see all your friends, ways that you can be a good friend when you meet new people in our classroom. Okay, boys and girls, have fun cutting today and have fun making your friendship flower. Bye.